come with me.
The next instalment of the Anthony Joshua journey continues on Saturday night. Can his latest challenger, Alexander Povetkin, derail AJ on the road to undisputed?
My name is Anthony Oluwafemi Olasheni Joshua. I think no amount of pressure people expect from me can outweigh the amount of pressure I put on myself. It's about me and reaching my potential.
You believe you can go all the way, don't you?
I'm not saying anything just yet.
I step right over you. I walk this earth like a god.
Trying.
This is chapter 2 for me, and Povetkin is the first on my list.
Good work.
Alexander Povetkin finds the ammunition to end the argument.
This is the fight game. Let's rock and roll. Povetkin, let's go to war.
Hello, welcome along to JD Ringside. Today, I'm joined by two fighters with plenty of big fight experience. 21 world title fights between you two. That's not bad, is it?
Done your homework.
Some might say. Carl Froch and Paulie Malignaggi, good to see you. And you've even twinned on the shoes.
Didn't need to go there, did she, really? No.
We didn't mean it.
It's very cute.
We promised we didn't phone each other and say, let's wear the shoes today.
I didn't get the memo. Anyway, every time you go back to Wembley, Carl, does it bring back those memories for you?
I suppose it does, yes. I mean, why wouldn't it? Fantastic venue, a lot of people.
How many?
A lot. I think there's 90 there for AJ tomorrow. Fantastic atmosphere and a big fight. I'm really looking forward to it.
It's his 4th stadium fight for AJ. It's kind of become the norm for him, really, isn't it?
I think there's no other place you can put him if he's in the UK. If he's fighting in the UK, I think you can only fit AJ in a stadium. You wouldn't be you'd be doing him a big disservice putting him inside an arena at this point in his career. In order to put him back into an arena, maybe you have to bring him into the United States or something, because in the UK, I think only stadiums can fit AJ fights.
I mean, the fight week itself, there's been such a buzz, hasn't there, around. Today, we've been here in Islington at Business Design Centre. It's a real crowd, a real event now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got a crossover fan. They're not all boxing fans. They're not boxing purists. When you talk to people, they know the game, they enjoy it. But AJ's got that kind of appeal where he's bringing a whole new audience. So, although it's important who he's fighting, and he really does, we'll talk about it later, he's a stiff test Povetkin. A lot of people aren't really that interested. They just want to see AJ in a big fight and enjoy the whole event, which is great.
Well, we'll talk about that in just a mo. But Andy Scott caught up with both fighters after the weigh-in.
17 stone, 8 pounds, 5 ounces for the defending heavyweight champion of the world.
I wouldn't want to play poker with Alexander Povetkin. He's got very much a stern poker face. Did you see any nerves in there?
None whatsoever. He don't even blink. So he's game, you know that. Look, you can't really take much away from these face-offs, because what I've learned is that the nicest guys sometimes are the toughest guys, and the toughest guys who act that way are sometimes the weakest. So I don't take too much away from it, but he's game, he's ready, he's had a good camp, he's had a long time to prepare, and we're here now.
I know you don't always like talking about your weight, but 17 stone 8, a lot of people remarked very good weight for you. Is this like the sort of weight that you think you can produce your best performance?
What was I for Parker?
For Joseph Parker, you were 17 stone 4, so you're 4 pounds heavier.
Probably this big watch I got on. I don't know. But yeah, weight is important, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to start hitting them 18 stone marks. That's later on in my career, but for now, keep it low, stay sharp, nimble, and then I feel like I can fight for 12 rounds of ease.
He said he's prepared to bring a mixture of speed and power. Is that what you're expecting from him?
Everything, man. Headbutts, I experienced that with Takam. At this level, these guys want to do anything to win. Even though it's a sport, it's a fight, so they'll do whatever they can to win.
15 stone, 12 pounds for the challenger.
You've boxed at the highest level on huge stages before, but do you feel any pressure?
To be honest, I'm very calm. I don't feel any pressure at all, and I'm actually really happy that the fight is going to take place so soon.
What's your prediction for tomorrow?
I don't make predictions. It's going to be an interesting and a thrilling fight.
So guys, both men weighed in. Big difference in the weight between the two. Is that a plus or a negative, do you think?
Well, there's going to be a big difference because of the height difference. Joshua's a lot taller than Povetkin. As long as Joshua doesn't get too close to 18 stone, I'm not really concerned.
Well, he's 17 stone, 4 pounds heavier than when he fought Parker, 8 pounds lighter than when he fought Taka.
Yeah, so Joshua's put a little bit more weight on, which will be a bit more muscle bulk, but it's not going to slow him down. So he's going to be at the best shape he can possibly be in. Povetkin is a little bit lighter, which would indicate to me, and you probably agree, that he's trained harder. He may be thinking, is this his last hurrah? And when they train and really go for it, these heavyweights, the weight does strip off them and they do come in light. But at this weight division, it doesn't really make a massive difference because they don't have to hit a limit. You know, they come in comfortable. I'm happy that both men are comfortable.
A day can make a difference as well.
Exactly, yeah. They'll put a lot of weight on in one day if they've taken a bit of weight off. But ultimately, when they get in the ring, as long as they're at their optimum weight, which they both will be, we'll get the best performance out of them.
Because heavyweights don't dry out, though, I don't think there'll be a massive difference in weight like there is in the lighter weights. Like in the lighter weights, because guys dry out, the next day you'll see guys gaining a stone sometimes, you know, but I don't think you see that in the heavyweight division because guys don't need to dry out to make the weight. They go at, like Carl said, where they're comfortable, they train, they get their own shape, their proper physical condition. So I think if they gain a couple pounds overnight, that's the most.
What do you think Povetkin's going for? 15 stone 12 for him. He's half a stone lighter than when he fought David Price. Is he going for speed?
Yeah, I think he's got to be going for speed. I don't think he's the most versatile or creative guy, but he does have big punching power. So I think if he can be a bit more nimble on his feet, maybe close the gap a little faster, and I think maybe being a little bit lighter, maybe allow him to close the gap a little bit faster, or in his mind at least makes him think that, then, you know, he can get closer and to landing the big shot, you know, or keep the pressure on AJ, you know. And also I think his conditioning, you know, I think if he's a half a stone lighter, he's probably trained really hard on physical conditioning as well. And I think that's more so what AJ has to be careful with in the late rounds. Is Povetkin probably looking for a late surge in the late rounds.
It's looking good, isn't it? Well, our undercard action gets underway at 6 o'clock on Saturday night. There is so much to look forward to.
It's showtime. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay. Here's the plan.
Well, so much of the talk is about the main event, but there's a host of big names on the undercard, all hoping that they're going to steal the show. Which undercard fight do you think could be fight of the night?
I'm going to go for the big truck, David Price. Who does not want David Price to win on Saturday night against Sergey Kuzmin? David Price is the biggest punching heavyweight in the division. We know he has vulnerabilities, but he's absolute must-watch. And if he beats Kuzmin, he's right in the mix with all the big boys, Miller, Chisora, Wyatt, Takan, Parker. Go on the big truck.
I'm ready to go in there and meet him head on. There's going to be fireworks, like you said. It's excitement guaranteed every time I fight.
I want to be taking it to this fella because I've seen him. He likes to come forward and have things his own way. I want to push him back and we're going to clash and collide. It's going to be a matter of who lands first.
Tell us why you think your fight could steal the show.
I just think it's a great clash of styles. I just think it's set for an entertaining fight. It's a chance to move forward. We're in a world title eliminator. Move forward and go on to bigger, better things. And I'm feeling great.
I think it's still the show because I'm boxing against a hungry, motivated champion with good boxing ability and power. I'm very young, very ambitious and very athletic, so the two styles are going to clash and I'm going to go for the KO.
Why do you think it'll be fight of the night?
Because I think mine will be the most vicious and explosive knockout through the night.
Seeing him in person, it's made it a lot more real. In my head, there was a monster. Now I see a man. So it'll be very interesting to see how he copes with shot after shot on the weekend.
So, guys, we heard each of them state their case there. Who are you going for, Carl?
Personally, for me, Ivan Mendy and Luke Campbell in a rematch. I mean, Luke Campbell really needs to perform at his best to win a fight that he lost last time, and it's such an important stage of his career. So, and I spoke to Mendy's team earlier, and they're really, really confident. So I think, one, it's going to be a great fight, but two,
you see it going the distance?
So important for Luke Campbell. Potentially, it will go the distance. If he does, I think Luke Campbell will get it on points in a great fight.
What about you, Paulie?
You know, I love what Carl said. I want to just add to the fact that Mendy came in as an opponent the first time around, and now he's catapulted himself to the #1 spot on the WBC. So he made him turn himself into a contender off the momentum of the win over Campbell. So I think there's a lot more at stake in this rematch than just revenge. I think there's world title aspirations. Having said that, I look forward to Okolie and Askin. I think the winner of that fight really positions himself in the prime world level in the cruiserweight division. I keep thinking Okolie's getting moved fast, but he keeps proving me wrong, and he keeps showing just how mature he is, and he's coming along. But Askin is, again, another one of those opponents where you're starting to ask yourself, wow, is he there too soon again? You know, but he's proven everyone wrong thus far. And I think the winner of this fight puts himself in a good world contention fight in the cruiserweight division.
Another brief answer there, Paulie. Love it. Okay, right, after the break, the Magic Man and the Cobra, they go head-to-head as they debate the big one.
Check. Check. Microphone check. Microphone check.
My favourite colour is red. Let the blood share.
Let's debate the big one. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, if it happens.
They box each other 10 times, not that they ever would. You're going to get different winners every time. I mean, 60-40, in my opinion, in Joshua's favour.
A right-hander has yet to show me that he can take away the jab of Wilder. If you have the jab of Wilder taken away, you probably put him in a lot of problems. I think AJ's advantage is he's more fun. Oh, God, it was getting good, too.
Just getting there.
Oh, man.
We could go all day, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could.
We shouldn't put a timer on this. You can put a timer on this debate.
No, we're still going, by the way.
You can put a timer on this debate.
Paulie, last time out, you kind of threw your toys out the pram by the looks of it there. You weren't happy, you ran out of time.
Yeah. I don't like to be anybody saved by the bell.
Still upset, isn't it?
Well, since then, the heavyweight picture, it has changed slightly, but there's still no undisputed heavyweight champion yet. Who do you think is going to unify the division? This is your chance to debate. You have 2.5 minutes. Off you go.
We're going there again with the heavyweights. I just think Anthony Joshua, with his momentum and the fact that he's got age on his side and the size of him, the sheer size of him. I know Deontay Wilder is a tall guy. He's got range himself, but I just think AJ's on the path now to dominate for years and years to come. And it's easy for me to say that. Rob McCracken trains him, is my friend, but I genuinely believe it. As long as he doesn't get clipped and be involved in an upset, I just think AJ is the future of heavyweight boxing.
Listen, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here, okay? So this isn't going to be as heated of a debate as it was with Bellew and Hay. But I'll say this. I think with you talk about getting chinned, anybody can get chinned in the heavyweight division. So I think that goes out the window. Having said that, I don't think there's a heavyweight that is as dominant as Vladimir Klitschko was in his era. People call it the weaker era that Vladimir was in, but I think that was actually Vladimir just being that good. I don't think any of these guys now are as good as Vladimir was in his prime. So I don't see anybody unifying the division. Can I say that? I don't see anybody. I can see them knocking one another off.
I suppose
as of now, though, you can also see, a guy like AJ is the youngest, so you can also see a guy make improvements, and maybe he gets good enough. I'm not saying on the fence. My answer is I don't think anybody unifies. Every weight class doesn't always produce a unified champion. There is not always a unified champion in a weight class. Why all of a sudden, because Klitschko unified, now all of a sudden every era we have to have a unified champion. We don't always have to have a unified champion.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Which fighter comes back from being knocked out? You said any of them can be knocked out. Let's say, I don't want to tempt fate and say AJ, so let's say Deontay Wilder. If he got knocked out by one of the other fighters, would he come back as good or strong as AJ would come back?
I think they can come back.
Or would AJ struggle to come back being at the top of his game?
I think both of these guys are very mentally strong. I think they can be knocked out, come back, and knock out the guy who knocked them out. I really can. I really think that's possible. I think they're that good and they're that mentally strong, and they've shown mental strength. Are you really breaking us up again?
I'm afraid so.
We're just warming up.
Time.
2.5 minutes.
And there's other heavyweights in the division.
Yeah, true.
You're going to have to come back again.
He's not happy.
Again.
We need a bigger timer here. We need a...
Next time. Right, well, Eddie Hearn is with another heavyweight who thinks he's number one.
The heavyweight division red hot at the moment. I'm here with a guy who believes he's top dog. What a run he's been on. He's beaten Chisora, Hellenius, Lucas Brown and Joseph Parker, #1 with the WBC, top 5 with nearly every governing body. Dillian Whyte, why are you the top dog in the heavyweight division right now?
Because I'm more beautiful than you. I got all my hairline.
Not true.
And
Not
I'm
true.
one of the toughest fighters on the planet, and I carry the power to knock anyone out, and I'm still improving. I'm fighting at top level, and I'm still improving every fight.
How do you beat Deontay Wilder?
You just have to clip him. You have to clip him and clip him good. You know, clip him and keep going. Like it's when Ortiz clipped him, Ortiz didn't follow up. You have to clip him. You know, he's got a lot of power. Keep away from his right hand and clip him.
How do you beat Anthony Joshua?
Take the fight to him. I fought him the wrong way last time. You have to push him back and put pressure on him, and he'll make a lot of mistakes. When Joshua comes forward, it's very, very difficult to beat. But if you get him going back, he makes a lot of mistakes.
So unquestionably, the top dog in the heavyweight division.
You got to start treating me like the top dog.
Don't worry about that, mate. I've just written your last check for the last fight.
Couple more zeros on the last,
don't worry about
and
that.
the
You ain't
checks,
doing
mate.
too bad.
So, where does Dillian Whyte fit in the heavyweight picture? Is he the most avoided, the most dangerous, the bogeyman? What is he?
Well, he's very dangerous. The most avoided, I'm not sure, unless you're insinuating AJ's avoided him. Does AJ fancy the rematch? I'm not sure if the fans may or may not want to see that. But one thing about Whyte, he's getting better and better. That win against Joseph Parker was very good. I mean, it was exciting. It was almost out of himself, and then he pulled it back at the end to secure the win. He won it fair and square, but nobody expected it to be that emphatic. But certainly a growing, improving, talented fighter. Real good addition to the heavyweight. I really like him.
Another one of his big rivals, Derek Chisora. He was here today, as was Dillian Whyte, and lo and behold, they had a little tete-a-tete.
Well, their fight was really, really close.
Yeah, they had a really good fight when they fought. So I think that's a possible rematch you can make. I think you talk about Whyte and AJ, that's a possible rematch you can make. I think both AJ and Whyte have gotten better since the first fight. Del Boy's in there though. Del Boy's one of those guys who's kind of orbiting around maybe the outside of the top 10, but he's a threat to anybody in the top 10. So, you know, it's a fun division.
Well, the heavyweight division has got everybody talking and created opinion both here in the UK and overseas. We sent Johnny Nelson stateside to catch up with two big fight fans, the stars of the latest Rocky film, Creed 2. Johnny gets all the good jobs.
Boys, Creed 2's finally arrived. The story of Adonis Creed and Rocky Balboa has now kicked off.
This has definitely the potential to be the best of this franchise. The fight scenes are legit. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just looking forward that movie's coming out and people's gonna see what we delivered.
In the ring, you got rules. Outside, we got nothing. Life hits you with all these cheap shots. People like me, we live in the past. You got people that need you now.
Michael, without giving too much away, give us the baseline of the story. Or give us something.
Give us something. Creed 2, you know, we're kind of following, you know, Adonis' trajectory coming off of Creed 1, you know, building on those family dynamics, you know, Adonis wanting to, you know, have a family for himself. It's a forever evolving relationship with Rocky. With any relationship, it's going to be good, you know, good times, bad times, ugly times. So I think we have a mixture of all of that.
This guy's got nothing to lose.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands. Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
But you don't think I could beat him? Pivoting to real-life boxing, Anthony Joshua's leading the way in British boxing. What do you know about him?
I used to watch him when he boxed at the amateurs. I used to watch him at the Olympics, and I followed his road because I think he's maybe the strongest guy now in the heavyweight division, and I love watching him. I love his fights, I love his style. We actually talked about that too, talking about heavyweight division, and I think you agree with me here too that his style is impeccable.
Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, who's king of the hill?
Man, that's a tough question. It depends on whose night it is.
Wilder got this huge power in his right hand, so if he catches you, but same for Joshua, if he catches you, so you got to see it.
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Same.
Look forward to seeing the
here.
film.
Respect, man.
Kick it up.
Appreciate it.
All right, nice.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Guys, I know you're both big fans of the Rocky films, you in particular. Paulie, what's your personal highlight?
Rocky 4. because you really think Rocky's not going to win that fight. You know, Drago takes out Apollo, and it's a revenge fight. It's Rocky's looking to retire, but now he's got to go to Moscow to fight Drago under harsh conditions. You know, and Drago is this invincible being, you know, which is pretty cool that Creed 2 now is Drago's son. You know, I don't know. That was my favorite.
Carl?
You know what? They're all amazing films, and people say, "Oh, there's too many," but they're not. If you watch them all, the original one, 1976, written and directed by Sylvester Stallone himself, that was a fascinating view. And yeah, it's old and it's not much technology in it. But Rocky 3 for me, with Mr. T and Thunder Lips, was just amazing. Hulk Hogan in that was just fantastic.
You can't not like the Rocky films. The question is, could we have our own Rocky moment on Saturday night? Well, there is not long to find out. Sky customers should go to channel 491 or box office to book this event. For more information on all the ways to watch, go to skysports.com/Joshua. Cable customers should contact their operator. Well, that's just about all we've got time for. Just to remind you, we expect AJ's ring walk to be around 9:50 on Saturday night, and I very much look forward to a big fight commentary. We shall see you on Saturday night. As for AJ, though, his dream of becoming #1 undisputed heavyweight champion remains within reach, but the question remains, who will be the last man standing?
I remember being in that situation where, you know, everybody was saying, Holyfield's the best, Tyson's the best, I'm the best, but, you know, I just buckled down and I wanted to show the world that I was the best. So there's a lot of big guys, you know, serious guys that want to be heavyweight champions of the world out there, and you know, it's a lot of good matchups down the line. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury stands out, and Deontay stands out. There's a lot of heavyweights that are standing out. There's a few of them have a lot to learn still, and you know, it will come out in the end who really stepped up. Hopefully they'll get the ball rolling soon.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.